Paul. Yeah. This address, right? I did not get any correspondence from that address. Uh-huh. Um, this expiration date. Mm-hmm. This violation date. Yeah. Uh-huh. I was making videos in front of the Masonic Temple. Yeah. Hmm. Now, continuing exclusive jurisdiction. Yeah. Hmm. On Guam, they prosecute you for the accusation of child abuse. Poop. Hmm. But that doesn't mean that you're legally separated from your children. Mhm. Now, torture, modes of culpability, establishing jurisdiction, what is known as criminalizing torture. Yeah. Um, I've been tortured, yes, because of the refusal to acknowledge my parenting rights. Now, a central aspect of the domestic implementation of the United Nations Convention Against Torture, yes, is to ensure that a national criminal law criminalizes the act of torture in line, at minimum, with the definition of Article 1 of the UNCAT. As specific and distinct crime, it is not sufficient to solely have a prohibition in constitutional law. Defining torture fact sheet. Pooch! Now, let's say that you fabricate evidence against me on June 16th of 2017. Yeah. And you fabricate evidence against me on July 8th of 2011. Yeah. And you fabricate evidence against me on December 31st of 2015. Pow! And you're fabricating evidence against me because you say that I need to go to a mental institution to allow for the involuntary administration of antipsychotic medication during my restoration period. Yes, where I wasn't in Britain. Pouch right now! And I wasn't cyber stalking. You obstruct me from the right to confront witnesses against me. Yes, to ask them, well, where'd you get this email? Pouch! Well, where did it come from? And then I keep telling you that I did not actually attend the court hearing. No, on August 30th of 2013. Petitioner had mail and publication. The sheriff's department called me, and they put it in mail and publication right now. Well, you said that you do have continuing exclusive jurisdiction over the minor's name right now, and I waited 8 years, 9 months, and 10 days to be able to speak to them. Poop. Now, within the context of torture, is known as length of time. Length of time means that once you have knowledge of a crime and you decide to misprision it, yes, you're intentionally torturing the individuals involved. Now, I would say it's torture right now, where I'm going to sue this state and every state right now for the intentional torture of citizens. Today's lawsuit, other than the ones I already have documented, crime of torture for the refusal to enforce jurisdiction to be able to issue court orders. Now, Article 4.1 of the UNCAT requires states, as in the United States, to ensure that all acts of torture are offenses under its criminal law. The same shall apply to an intent to commit torture and to an act by any person which constitutes complicity or participation in torture. I would say it's torture for the sheriff to call me Pope when you put it in mail and publication. I would say it's torture to be a victim of impersonation right now. Right now. I would say it's torture, yes, to issue court orders, right, where you don't have jurisdiction. Poop. I would say it's torture, yes, to intentionally obstruct the enforcement of the rights of American citizens. I would say it's torture, yes, to use restoration laws, yes, to restore somebody when the individual didn't actually commit a crime, yes, and the police department knows that they weren't there. Now, I would say it's torture. Now, I'm wanting some more crimes, and I'm wanting that $100 billion. 8 years, 9 months, and 10 days. And I want Mike sued for being culpable in, complicit in, and acting in participation in the torture of myself, my 5 sons, Marilyn, and her kids. Yes. And I'm going to want to sue him for war crimes in the International Criminal Court of the United Nations. Now, appropriate penalties. Pooch! Article 4.2 of the UNCAT requires states to make these offenses punishable by appropriate penalties which take into account their grave nature. Grave nature. Right now. Grave nature. Right now. Grave nature. Right. Grave nature. Yes. That out right now. The grave nature of the fabricating of evidence so as to entrap the innocent. Yes. So as to incarcerate them in mental institutions. The entrapment, yes, of a child support order, yes, to imprison them for $160,000 of back child support. The intentional torture of American citizens.